to pull out. Small ones you just simply clear. Ptolemy and Alcur to return to like admiring the cave paintings.
I think that's a whip. Big flamey whip.
Yeah, I'm seeing something big and flaming. Come on. Get to it.
Give me. Do you have? Is Knowledge Plane School a thing? Or did they dump that? Is a cult placement for planes? I don't think so.
I have the skill.
What is it?
I don't know which the skill is, but I have it. I have all of them, so.
Okay, the horned fat thing.
Occultism is supernatural creatures, oozes, positive energy, negative energy, shadow plane, astral plane, ethereal planes.
Occult?
That's what a cult is. Let's check religion. Religion might be demons and devils.
Oh, lovely.
Religion is positive plane, negative plane, celestials, fiends, undead.
Okay, so give me knowledge religion.
16?
You're not too sure what kind they are, but you think they're depictions of devils. None of them have lips.
Okay. I was just inferring.
Yeah, you were guessing what this item has. Interesting. No, you don't want to fight that.
No, I don't want to fight that. I don't even know what it is.
Alright, Krieger finally kind of getting towards the nougaty center of this mound of bones. You are uncovering stuff. Like a rusty old chain shirt and like a small bag of coins spills open, like the body was just dragged in.
Alright, Oscar, you know what your job is.
You start finding treasures in this bone pile, get buried quite deep. As the treasures you found at the castle were mundane in nature, the treasures here might... Well, it was intelligence and might have been quite greedy.
Yeah, but they always say don't count your coppers before you kill the monster.
Yeah, we also don't want to lose him in the dirt, though.
No dirt gonna keep me awake.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Still seed of him picking up like 10,000 copper.
You find a bag of gold coins. There are 35 gold coins in the bag.
Wow. That's fucking good.
That'll buy us some potion back.
You find a suit of magical chainmail.
Some marker in it.
Two third-level items. I hate that they do not have percentiles on these books. Maybe the DM's guide will help.
A third level item is a levered crowbar. Krieger could have his special crowbar.
What the staff of fire is a third level item? Weird. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Give me a D20, please.
15.
Six and 8. Of course, they made a bunch of new things that we don't know what it means. Okay, you find a dusty coat made of mangy brown and gray coyote fur.
That's
Called called a dusty coat made of coyote coat. It is magical. And another d20.
9.
That sounds fucking amazing. For a third level item. Is magic cool again?
I think so.
The blade of this great axe bears the design of a human skull.
Excuse me?
Sounds fucking awesome.
Does your hammer just fall to the ground? And
Cling! My baby! It's a magical axe.
I'm used to.
Actually, it doesn't bear the. It looks like a. No, it looks like a wolf skull, actually.
That's still cool.
Wolf time?
Do you know how to use a great axe?
Cool.
You used to. Not anymore.
Could you write down, just in brackets, retribution axe for.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay, then there are a couple of consumables. Give me a d20 roll, 2 d20 rolls.
We got a 4 and a 12.
1, 2, 4. An arrow that looks like it's made out of a vine.
Arrow made out of vine.
Yeah. 6. A feathered token that is in the shape of a chest.
Oh, that's been coat. Just token.
A feather token that is in the
Okay. Oh, and
shape of a chest, like a box, I believe.
It's my favorite kind of chest.
Alright? And then, you're clearing a lot of the bones. You're like, now we gotta spread them all out, kind of thing. But then, as you're, I don't know, using the haft of your maul to kind of clear some of the bones, you actually hit something solid. And there, you pull it back, and it's kind of like this sticky blood, kind of clinging to the bottom of your hammer.
Think we found him.
You start clearing the bones, and yeah, kind of lying in kind of like a weird wolf fetal position is a bloody coated, covered dire wolf that seems to be asleep amongst all of these bones that you're scattering. It is the Rebel Prince.
Okay. For right now, I'm putting the maul down. And I'm just gonna put the axe on my back.
Similar thing happened with Rick.
The Rebel Prince has no wounds on him.
So, does the coup de grace do anything these days?
It seems to be sleeping in the center of this bone pile.
Is it a heavy sleeper?
I just hit it with a maul.
I would say yeah.
Like,
No, it is. You touched it with
Yeah.
a ball.
Alright, so what we want to do is get it right out in the open. So the longer we can go without exposing it to sunlight to get it away from the cave, the better.
Yeah. Dark.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I have an idea. Why don't we just... I have an idea. Just pull the top below it and under the bones, drag the whole thing out, cover it to the top, and get outside, pull it up.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Glad I thought of it.
Well, it's, no, don't laugh. It's good we're all on the same page here. Yeah, yes. Go team goodness. Our cause is righteous. We deserve a drink.
And full pockets. I'll do it, everybody. long as it keeps me rich.
Those are some really good items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should like just start
So
putting shit
is
on.
it a great axe or like a battle axe?
It's a great axe.
Oh my god.
I don't know who to cast magic weapon on anymore. Which one?
Whatever I'm using.
Probably a composite bow.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
We're gonna be rolling.
Oscar's just kind of in shock because it's just like, we started.
We're gonna try.
You cleared some of the bones, like you haven't
Yeah.
cleared all the bones around it, but you cleared
We're gonna
enough,
have to-
like that's its head. It's
We're gonna have to
sleeping
clear
outside.
all the bones around it,
Okay.
so we can get around it and basically roll it onto a tarp,
Okay.
so we can drag it.
All right. So as the action of clearing all the bones around the sleeping vampire wolf.
So, Marty,
Yeah.
can Oscar lead the party in the clearing of the bones in a stealthy fashion?
Yes.
Darian, go way over there.
Yeah, that is a very valid thing. Darian picks his way out of the bones.
Darian.
Ptolemy and Alcar, like Ptolemy bumps Alcar and points at the thing we found. Yeah, Ptolemy bravely stands behind Darian.
Okay, and
I can make fun of my DMPC. He's a ween.
it makes Darian feel badly.
Okay, now who's the least stealthy out of this group of bruisers?
Figures out of 5. So
Yeah, I think Crusher's gonna leave this area.
So, what, are you trained?
4. I'm leaving.
yeah, he's right.
Okay, so then my bonus is basically you having trained.
Wait, Crusher is at a 4, he says.
I'm at 4. Now that Crusher's leaving.
If I'm leading it, then you count as trained.
I am trained. I have a 0 dex.
You big, chunky motherfucker.
Yeah.
Alright,
Crusher's gonna go.
So you're sending Crusher back?
Here's a Crusher away.
I'm
Okay.
coming. Because he's as good as anyone else.
Alright. Well, you're +5, right?
Well, he'd be, Darian would be +5 with your help.
Okay, so get there. We'll swap it Darian for the Crusher.
Yeah.
Because it's +5. So +5 is the roll.
Okay.
I'll give it. Don't fuck the dice. Don't fuck
0 point.
That looks a lot like I'm getting fucked by the dice.
0 point.
0 point. Darian is taking his hero point.
Okay, so the vampires are deep sleepers. You did nudge it, but nothing happened. However, clearing all the bones around it.
It sounds like the hero point is being spread.
Yeah.
So we get a natural 1.
After the hero point being spent.
That's a good spending of the hero point.
Well, it's always fun. We can beat it up again.
Can shadows spend?
No, so this is Oscar leading it. We're pulling bones off, and it just seems like the critical mass of bones. Darian takes off this big bone and kind of like pushes off to the side. The next thing you know, the thing is awake and looking at all of you like it no longer has a coffin. Like it woke up, and I think it's fucking initiative against this horrible thing again. Neri has a wound on it. However, it starts the combat prone. And it was sleeping, so I'm going to give it a -4 on its perception
It's
check.
still gonna win.
And are we using stealth or perception for
I think some of you were using stealth, and some of you were
North
using
group is
perception.
stealth and
That's
south
right.
group is
Yeah,
perception.
that's right.
perfect?
I'm going to have to create 2 columns.
Just need to take a shit. This thing goes down. Then we're away.
So this is perception. Oh, this is going to be so complicated.
It's like how there's certain.
You're gonna. I will fix up a sheet. I'm not going to do it right now, but there will be a way for me to select
So
stealth or
there's 3.
perception.
Deception is the other one.
Diplomacy is the 4th.
Diplomacy is 4. I bet there's a way for it to be like craft.
Right. Who wins like the forge contest or something like that? Yeah, there could be. All right, so just tell me what your initiatives are. So Shadow, you are using stealth.
That's what
Okay, but what is your initiative modifier?
Or you stealth.
8. Rebel Prince has initiative modifier. Oh, if we're fighting him again, it's the hour in the coffin. It's like, what the fuck?
That's nonsensical. That's like, you it is literally, you get to fight the vampire over and over and over and over and over again.
It has a perception of 12. Comes 8.
I was used to it being like deep 3 days or something like that.
Well, I was used to being
8 hours
or it had like 24 hours.
It rolls a 6. Darian, what is your stealth?
1,
Okay, what's your roll?
no. 12.
Ptolemy gets a nat 20. He has a what perception? Perception 4. Krieger is using stealth.
Yeah, so he gets 5 to 12 total.
So he rolled a 7
Yeah,
and he's
so
got a
it's-
5 stealth. Bone
yeah.
Crusher, you are using perception. What is your perception?
perception is 20.
You're rolling at 20.
Yeah.
Okay, Oscar, you're using stealth plus 10.
Plus 10. Roll 19.
Shit. Alker is
Alker
using perception.
is using perception, and he rolls an 8.
What is his perception?
His perception, I believe, is plus
8. Okay. I'm going to draw where the sun line is coming in to the cave.
Because that's where we gotta go to get
It might be relevant.
Well, we might just wail on him for a bit. Right, while he's like prone and sucking the bones and stuff. We get some legs in.
There's where the sunlight is pouring into the cave.
I don't know that our legs are gonna be enough.
Well, if we pop him, we have an hour to get it.
Oscar, you're the first to go.
Oh shit! I told you. Don't use this magic at all. Since we were working, I didn't have weapons out, I assume.
Yep.
Pull up the magic rapier.
Okay. The prone thing is AC of 20.
Alright. Plus 9, plus 5, plus 9, plus 4. Plus 9, plus 4. Miss and miss.
Okay.
It's got one that's
It's got tough hide. Shadow.
Shadow's gonna pull his bow out.
Okay.
Well, composite bow.
The longbow or the
Still a short composite bow. I don't think it might be.
I don't have a composite.
Short.
Okay. So you're using Oscar's short bow.
Or 2.
It's not taking cover, so there's no AC bonus for being prone.
Okay.
If it uses a take cover action, it gets a plus 4 AC bonus.
Got it.
Okay. Shadow fight.
Missed.
Actually, sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Roll. Taking the spear out.
Magic spear.
Here.
And you're gonna stab it twice.
Yes, I am. It is my prey. And first, second.
Melee.
Yeah. 21
Hits.
and no, not hit. That's
Okay. It is a magic spear.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 2.
Our spears D8s.
Spears are D6s. Long spears are D8s.
Okay.
So
There's no short spear anymore.
5.
5 damage.
2d6 plus 2.
Okay.
Fuck.
It does not like you digging the spear into
Did
it.
the magic go through DR?
No. It's not going in.
That runaway plan. Did as well.
Bone Crusher.
He sees these assholes doing stupid.
Thank you.
He's gonna run flank it.
Like through the difficult terrain here. So that's 50 feet of movement.
Yeah. Okay, and then I can flurry. Like, will flurry.
If you hit twice, the armor plus once.
Yes, I do. But what are the chances?
The dice might stop hating you at some point.
I mean, statistically, I should be rolling 20s now.
Okay, AC 20.
I think that's how stats work.
1, 2. Okay, so 21 and
Hits.
not 21, not 20.
Okay, you hit.
Oh, this is undead.
Yes.
22 and 4, 17.
Miss. Okay, you go plowing through a bunch of the bones and come down.
6 damage.
Becomes 1.
High damage.
Oh, damage.
6 in damage.
Alright.
Oh, wait a minute. Flank. And this thing's got flank and it's prone.
Yeah.
Those don't.
It's
the
this.
same
They don't
thing.
stack. It's the same
Oh,
thing.
so, what's its prone?
20.
20.
Fuck. Don't get up. Just lie on top of it.
I'm not ready, says Ptolemy. He's going to use his action to create his tentacles and
Fire.
ready a shield. No, he'll move in so that he can help. Fighting it here, right?
Right, so.
Don't worry, I'm ready now. The black octopus tentacles sort of reaching forward.
Fucking spare parts, I think.
Elker.
Will saves.
I have an idea. Can you zoom up? How big is the cave behind us? Cave entrance?
There's where the sunlight is.
Got a mirror.
Nope.
That's a really fun idea.
That would be.
I got him.
Got him!
While it's still kind of distracted,
Yep.
Alker's going to create a illusion at the entrance to the cave at a 20-foot radius that shows the sun line being further out than it is. So, illusion of darkness.
Okay. What's the area of effect of your illusion?
It's 20-foot radius spread. So, there's an overhang.
So I'm gonna draw in kind of a
You zoom out.
illusions of blue.
And if the foe takes a seek action to inspect it or touches the illusion, he gets a save.
The 20-foot radius in the center here kind of makes that there.
Something like that, yeah. So that there's a zone where we might be able to trick it into,
Or you're kind of move it back a little bit, so it's like
yeah.
something like that.
Okay, and then I'm gonna move towards the move behind Polly.
Okay, so you're kind of making it look like a shadow of something there.
Yeah,
The
it-
sun's dappled off to the side,
Yep.
and you move towards Ptolemy,
Yep.
all the way up to like there.
Other side.
There.
Yeah. I think we're pretty close to all.
Rebel Prince. Heals 5.
Fuck you.
Stands for prone.
Fuck you.
Sees Krieger.
Also fuck you.
There's 2 actions left.
He bites and grabs, he doesn't get to drink.
Yeah, he's not injured yet though. But Krieger's hammer hurts.
It's not
Who killed him last time?
Someone's gotta do this. It's this guy.
it Ptolemy that killed him? No.
It was Krieger.
Krieger. Okay, he's gonna bite Krieger. Fucking Krieger. He looks all injured and shit. It's smart. You want your level. If I get another CR5 creature twice, it's back! We just keep on going back and
We just keep
destroying
reading
it.
every
that's
hour.
it,
Just
that's
go again.
just fucking power level. Like, this is getting boring, guys.
Oh, max damage on the retribution.
No, it's
You're gonna bite him and you're gonna hit.
Oh,
him,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
be
yeah,
honest.
that's right.
it's unlikely.
oh, the plus 14, was it? Not 20.
That's
look.
awesome.
Look,
I don't need to look, it's fine, I believe you.
look at the.
That,
The
just for the
purple die.
record, just tonight, that's at least 3 nat 20s. This specific enemy has rolled against this specific character.
Okay, this is bad because a natural nat 20 means 2d10 plus 14 damage.
Yeah, if you kill him.
It does 25 damage on Krieger.
Krieger has 1 hit point left.
The block takes off 4.
Oh, it does. So he's got 5 hit points left.
Do you know what's also good about that? The fact that you didn't get felled by that and putting you to dying 2 immediately because being felled by a crit.
Yes.
Okay. It spends its last action grabbing Krieger.
Don't worry, we have a plan for this.
He does take 16 damage.
Oh,
I guess 11 after the.
One shot! Okay. 11 damage. Yeah, it's gonna need to drink Krieger to keep up with that.
Alright.
Now it's Darian's turn. His retribution resets.
You know what? Take that back. He was working. He didn't have to weapon up.
You can still punch. It's a smaller dice you swing.
Alright, so we roll d4.
It's a d4.
Alright, so take 4 damage off.
Okay, so 7.
Slap the crap out of him.
Yep. His face twitches
It's
in
not
anger.
lethal though, isn't it?
You can hit lethally, but it's a -2 to hit.
AC 22.
Well, I rolled a 19, so I imagine that would have hit anyway.
Yeah, we would hit it. Okay, so you like a boss slugged the vampiric direwolf in the head who's eating your, I guess, your companion. Your friend's your
Alright,
friend.
why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Eyes looking at you like, okay, you want to be next? It remembers your glowy sword. It's looking at you as it's like.
So is it's got Krieger?
It's attached to Krieger.
It's murdering Krieger.
But it hasn't started drinking it.
Not
No.
yet.
Nope.
So fucking hit it. That's all I gotta say.
It's Darian and Krieger's turn. Try
Darian's gotta pull out his shield, pull out his sword, shield up.
It's not going to attack you.
Yeah, you're probably right. He'll attack it instead.
Yeah.
Nope.
Let's go and attack you.
What's its AC?
Its AC is 22.
19.
Okay. Do you have to have your shield ready to do your retributive strike?
No,
Okay.
I don't even need a shield.
Nice. Krieger.
Get him.
Krieger is going to
Let's see what this axe does.
find out what the axe is.
Okay, well, the axe is a +1 great axe with additional abilities.
Okay.
I don't know if it would say it's like a full +1 axe or if it.
Does it do striking or other stuff?
Retributive.
This blade is a +1 great axe.
Okay. That means it's +1 to hit.
Okay.
I can accept a single rune, I believe.
Hmm? Oh, it doesn't say striking, it just says +1. So it's +1 to hit.
Right, give me a second, because they have this, like, A +1 striking rune costs the same as a +1 weapon. So +1, like a +1 weapon potency rune is 35. +1 weapon, 35. When I look at like the treasure list.
Yep. Yeah, we might as well look at what.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at that going, it's weird.
A weapon positioner gives an item bonus to attack rolls a weapon, and a striking rune increases the weapon's number of weapon damage dice. Okay, yeah, it's just +1 weapon. It will say striking if it actually does more damage. However, it was in your possession. The face that is on the axe now looks like the Rebel Prince. It changed when you took damage from the Rebel Prince.
Okay.
And you now have a +2 circumstance bonus on your next damage roll against that creature
I will
before
take
the
that.
end of your next turn.
Cool.
The face on the axe changes into a ghoulish sort of like weird.
Wolf thing.
Yeah,
What was the face on it before?
A wolf.
a wolf.
So the last thing to damage the owner of the wolf.
Does that mean it's going to look like me? Don't worry about that.
So, I mean, 26, getting 80, and that's a miss for sure.
Okay.
And, oh, you raged attack that.
Yep. So you hit once, and I don't know what a great axe does.
D12.
Okay, so it does an extra 2 damage on that because of the retribution.
20 total.
Ooh.
Oh, after DR, I guess 15.
15. Okay, so 22 damage. It's injured badly. Top of round 2, Oscar.
We're going
Flank.
to need to stab.
Oh, yeah, it's AC 20 for against Krieger because of the flank that Bone Crusher is providing. I don't know if that second hit then.
No.
No, okay.
Critical.
Nice.
Nat 20?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, undead can be critical.
Alright, so this is 4d6 plus 1d6. Got a girly d6s, that's right. 1d8 deadly.
Predator dice.
Oh, this is the magical rapier.
Nice.
Plunge it into its side.
Maybe he'll just let go of Krieger now.
So 8, 18, 20, 30 damage.
Excuse me?
30 damage. 25 after DR.
Turns into bloody mist.
There we go.
Go ahead, 50.
And then it begins to kind of flow into the bones, and it's kind of mixing with the bones a little bit. It's starting to solidify.
It's still up.
Oh, sorry. -5.
Yep.
25. It's got 3 hit points left.
25 is
Sorry, it'll be a douche,
Yeah,
but
it's
still up.
27.
20.
Or 57. Or 47.
47.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Lots of blood sprayed off of it. That was your first attack, though.
Yep.
Alright, we're going to do it again.
Second attack with the same blade.
That is AC 18.
Not
Flank?
high enough.
I already have the flank doesn't add that way.
Yep.
And then, well, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Who here? Me.
Okay.
Hey, you bleeding good though.
Shadow
Spear time.
with your magic spear. Yep.
Yeah.
This is
So,
a +1 striking spear.
Yep.
It's a big time.
So,
There we go. 8, 9.
Thur's going to use
That's 9. Hit.
23 hits it. However, there is no flank for Shadow, but
23.
yep.
2d6 plus 2 minus 5. 2d6.
Fucking asshole. Such an asshole.
So, 2 damage.
Actually, I hit it before with my spear, then there's 1 more damage. Because I only added 1 when I hit it with my spear.
I don't know what you mean.
Last round.
It's okay.
You have 2 more attacks if you want.
I
You missed.
missed one.
Your last attack,
20.
kind of rolling for a 20. Okay, Bone Crusher, who has a flank with both Krieger and Oscar.
He's going to
Flurry vengeance against all wolves.
Just all you have to do is hit it.
Yeah, I know.
And
So,
do a damage.
1, 2, plus 9. 20. Plus
Less than 20.
Okay, you hit.
Now he has to roll a d8 and roll more than 1. It's 1. It's like there's no damage.
Someone should shut the fuck up. She's don't roll a 1.
This is matted bit of fur in its ass that you just gotta tear off of the creature. Does that mean
It's your fault.
the Lord Ptolemy gets a chance to kill the fucking vampire? Let's see, he's gonna use a. Oh, it looks injured! Sorry, puppy! There's no room for you in my barony! Plus 8 with his fiery, blast, produce fire. Gets an 11. Plus 8 is 19.
Flank.
Flank?
It's still DC 20. DC 20.
AC 20, yeah. There's no bless running.
No.
Okay, so he misses. Fire kind of rolls off the side of it and into some of the bones. Damn! He raises a shield.
Hero
I
points.
believe I'll cover before
Actually,
the monster.
can I spend a hero point on my damage?
No. Although Ptolemy could spend a hero point on his.
It?
Ptolemy's gonna spend a hero point. Fuck this. He wants to be the guy. Yeah.
1. 9.
No, that's a
19.
19 plus 8 is 27.
It's not a critical.
Not a critical hit, but it does.
It doesn't have DRE fire, I don't think.
It does a total of 8 damage.
Which is more than 1.
Okay, oh, it ate it! It was kind of snarling and it went right into its mouth and turned into this mist, which is now pouring back into the bones and sort of congealing and turning into this very solid, fetal positioned wolf. Kind of like what you found before.
Alright. Grab its furry ass and let's drag it to the sun.
This better count like another encounter of this goddamn thing.
Okay, it's sticky, it's icky, it is very heavy.
There's four Gronks to drag it.
We're going to try to treat the wounds of our Krieger.
Oh, yeah. Krieger's up there.
Yeah, it lets go of
In fact,
Krieger. Krieger's
I
like,
think
oh.
we're going to actually skip that step. We're going to straight to we'll use a heal spell on Krieger. Just
Hold
because the time is time critical.
Yep, better do that.
So you realize when you use the treat wounds power, it makes him immune to treat wounds from you.
Me,
Right,
not from you though.
right. But that means that if I go to the fight, it
It all sucks balls anyway.
12
So,
healing.
so
12 healing, thank you.
Crusher tried to treat wounds on Krieger.
Yeah.
Did he
like,
fail?
Like the battle medic version.
Okay. Did you critically fail? Is there a bad thing that happens when you fail?
8, you can.
I didn't critical fail. This is 15.
It's DC 15.
Okay.
It wasn't critical.
And then
It used to be DC
Alker,
25.
Alker casts a spell on Krieger.
Yep. Alright, I'll step out of the way now.
With ropes and grappling hooks and the Gronks, you guys are dragging. Heave! Heave! It's leaving this horrible bloody mess. Heave! As Krieger is leading the way.
What
As,
other goodness do we have in the bone pile?
yeah, the parts of the bone pile you haven't.
Let's
Bone Crusher and Krieger are pulling. You've got Shadow pushing, probably Darian pushing.
God, it stinks.
Oh yeah, it stinks.
Alker is being supportive and going, yes, go, bring it to the light.
Why is there some darkness in the middle?
Don't worry about it, just bring it into the darkness. It starts to right there to the left, yeah, there.
Yep. It starts to turn like
Alker,
It's a premature evaporator.
Alker covers his mouth to win this one.
This one kind of bubbles and almost like cooks inside of this ever-expanding bag of wolf fur. It's like it cooks from the inside out and just sort of leaks everywhere. It doesn't really explode, it just sort of deflates. But the horrible stench of it deflating, it is ghoulish.
Shadow's like, yeah, fuck you. You die.
And pretty soon, even the leaky stench kind of turns into a black ichor. It catches fire, and then there's just kind of this burning tar that was once the rebel prince.
Hey guys, I found a couple of silver and a toothpick.
Sure, you found some silver. Why not? You found a little more couple of silver. You found 15 silver in the pile, and the toothpick's actually an extra lockpick. Chew on this one. And while you're digging around, you actually find where it was sleeping. You do see a bag.
Are you ready this one?
Maybe if you could hear. Yeah. I think the lock takes are just putting right on my skin.
What else do we find?
The bag has one other item in it.
Plus 5 to hit damage, monk wrappings.
These monk wrappings are in the list where we're rolling.
But +5 is not a thing that exists in the game.
It's something that this character
Some of
needs.
the bigger demons and devils actually do have +5 weapons.
Oh god, 5 times damage.
5d12.
Okay?
And that's if they're regular size.
Does the +2 damage for increased size category
I
also
would
get double?
imagine, yeah, it multiplies on.
It would be hard for your turn. 5 times 4, 20. Alex.
Give me a d20. Are you fucking kidding me?
What, potato cannon?
Read the 11th item down in the second level permanent item list.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 1 hand wraps of mighty blows.
There was a 1 in 15 chance.
So, alright.
And you find these weird, like, leather strap things. Page 611. If you're looking for them.
The dice have made up for it. Made up for the shit out of it.
Finally, at the end, they love you, right? For treasure.
Here you go, Axel.
It makes up for the other game, Grizak losing all the treasure because he won the fight so hard. Foof! No! Shit! My shit!
And so and you got, this is to describe the progression.
Yep.
+1 hand wrap of mighty blows, level 2 item, level 4 item is a +1 striking hand wrap of
Okay,
mighty
so
blows.
these one give him a +1 to hit.
Yeah, +2 striking is
Okay.
10, +2 greater striking is 12.
Cool. You've defeated the rebel prince and found the treasure in its lair. It's a horrible smell, but lots of stuff, and Oscar's.
We can spend a couple days here just to sift through things.
My lord, I'm gonna go to Hammett, and they undoubtedly complain about your lack of leadership. You're gonna tell them you personally killed the rebel prince. You understand that?
Well, I kind of like thumbs in his lapel sort of thing. I think that might make up for my last visit to Hamlet.
You've been there before?
Oh, I was a young child at the time, yes.
Okay, well that's forgivable.
We arrived there during a funeral.
Oh, okay, it's gonna be bad, isn't it?
He doesn't laugh, Marty's laughing.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. I've got, I'm only like 1/16 of the way through the pile.
Right.
Oh, yes, that's right. Wait, let's go. He's digging through the bones.
Well,
Let's go, Shadow.
Shadows in Oscar's camp of.
treasure don't find itself.
Hey,
Treasure pattern, boys.
There's no more magic in that pile. I've already pinged. He says to Elker.
No!
I think that the things, the leather strip-y things are the last magic in that pile.
I probably would agree with that.
We should get out of here, though, wolves.
My lord, perhaps you should try to assume command.
What would I command him to? I feel like
Tell him to leave the bone pile, and that perhaps he could return later of his own accord. We can return back to the castle to fetch our nag, and then recollect your wagon.
Castle's a far walk. But I suppose one horse could pull the... Is one horse going to be able to pull that buggy?
We could probably strap one of the large ones in.
Oh, yes. You. Crusher, we need to find a good harness yoke for you.
Go fuck yourself. Now, if you say, please pull the cart, no problem.
I never thought of it in those terms before, but
He
Try it.
When the tentacles didn't go where they were supposed to.
huh. He's lost in some thought. Would you please pull the... Maybe all three of them could push. Shadow too. Oscar's got stubby legs. He won't be able to keep up.
Majestic.
Majestic dwarven stubby legs.
Close enough. I'll take it.
I don't think we're going to find anything of value in the bone pile, Oscar. It's about time we leave before those wolves show up.
I think it's copper. No, that's just an old turd.
Alright, I'll give you one last seek. Go ahead.
Go for it, dwarf.
I rolled an 11.
An 11?
And I add to that.
Okay.
19.
You find 8 copper pennies
I'll put it down for you.
and a silver ring worth 5 silver pieces.
Halfway to gold. Time well spent.
More than halfway to a gold. You find a particularly beautiful looking 12-point rack of like a big gear.
You're a hunter. Want proof of your kills?
Well, I'll take it though. I'll take it.
Was it worth you?
Fuck yourself.
They are brothers. I swear,
You put it around his shoulder.
Now I would like to I have ink and I have paper. The paintings, they're not scratchings, they're paintings.
They're old paintings. Yeah.
I don't have anything that can
Arian's gonna lay on hands on it.
I want a Polaroid.
Yeah, after waiting.
A Polaroid camera. Alker's gonna take a quick sketching of some of the anything that was particularly interesting.
Yep.
So I'm thinking maybe we should take Krieger to the sanitarium. Or we go to Haunted.
That would be a good idea, because then I could get my books and they could go in the car. He's not looking.
Then he can get his leeching.
Yes, they'll have leeches.
Fucking monsters. Needs to lie down.
He needs to lie down.
He needs
Rest.
to stand up.
He
Okay.
needs water.
You're kind of like passing through piles that you've already made and picking through
Yeah.
poop and and like.
I think
medicine.
he's, Oscar's thorough.
The magical
Good work.
dusty coat of dirty coyote fur. I don't know what it does, but I can't help but picture it on Oscar.
You may want to stick it on somebody else, but we'll see.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
What is it? A magical dusty coat of dirty coyote fur. Don't know what it does yet.
My dirty coat.
No,
Dirty
but
D.
coat.
It's best when something has value, but other people don't know, and they don't try to steal it from you.
Right.
That's why the best magical sword is all rusty and shitty looking.
Fair enough.
Best not to be a bragger.
All right, are you guys gonna
Let's get him.
head back to the castle?
We're gonna head back to the castle.
Head back to the horse.
You just quickly grabbing the horse
Yeah.
and leaving.
Or are we searching the castle?
We'll give I think we're going to go back, search the castle for the rest of the day, and then
Yeah.
the next day leave.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds. That
So we're
sounds
going to sleep upstairs.
There
and
might
make
be
the
a
bed.
level somewhere.
Got it. Well, the castle's pretty much empty at this point in time. The main house of the main building looks like it was for guests and servants. You do find some rooms with some furniture in it. Oscar's thinking he'd come back here a couple years from now with like a cart and like load it up full of furniture. There's maybe about 2 or 3 loads of furniture. Nothing that is portable now. You do find a nice banner, like a war banner with the House Zargul symbol on it.
Okay.
In the basement of the tower, so that takes you a couple hours to go and look through. You go down further in the larder, then we have a storage room that also has a heavy door that connects with the tower. So there's a door and small portcullis,
Clothes are open.
and a door and a small portcullis. It is like the tower may have at one time stood when the main building did not. The storage area does have some minor equipment. You could probably scrape together, minus the food and the consumables, 2 other adventuring packs in the storage.
Okay.
There are stairs that lead down.
Okay, check it out. Everything's done.
I'm sorry, you know.
Okay, these ones actually spiral several times. It's like they skip an entire floor, or they just are going into the basement. You end up in a different part of the basement. It is like a giant cistern. There are tall statues of 9 robed figures along the walls, and a huge silver sheen circular sigil of the family Zargul.
9?
9 figures.
What do the figures look like?
They're like really, really odd proportions. Like they are twice as tall as humans, but only the same width as humans. They're kind of robed figures. They all have their hoods up.
Kind of elvish looking, or even better than that?
They look imposing upon the room. There are slightly odd differences between the statues.
Their hands are visible. You're showing
Their hands sometimes are in their robes, but some of their hands are visible.
See the right number of fingers and joints and stuff like that?
Yeah, but they're really super long.
How many rings?
Mm,
Jewelry?
Some of them have rings, and some of them don't. It would be a gigantic game of point out the differences between them, sort of thing. They're subtle.
Do they have any sigils?
The room feels very odd to Alcur and to Darian.
Just odd.
No religion.
The figures are foreboding.
That's what my face got. I will get your knowledge religion as well.
Yes.
Am I on holy ground?
Yeah, I got a 13, so.
21.
You think this might be evil holy ground, Darian? 21. While these are not the actual visages of the Lords of the Nine, these do perhaps represent the 9 Lords of Hell. One for each layer. One of the Lords of Hell does have a ring with a 9-pointed star, and that's the one that kind of tipped you off. Like, that is not a depiction of what Asmodeus looks like, but it looks like this is a disciple of Asmodeus. And then you start counting backwards, and you're like, oh, that must be the other 8.
These are disciples or aspects of the 9 Lords of Hell, which only raises more questions.
Now, they're high up in little alcoves. They're kind of like actually carved, perhaps even from the walls themselves. Like, they're not a statue you can go and tip over.
Yep. This is unholy ground.
Well, yeah, that's what I kind of felt.
Kind of a queasy, you're a good man.
Kind of a queasy, like we should burn it to the ground kind of thing.
It's stone, says Ptolemy.
Bet you it's worth something.
Oh, we can't move it. It's too big. It's attached to the walls.
We'll let the church know.
And they did
Why are you letting the church know? Whose church?
The clergy at the sanitarium will know what to do.
Yeah, they will come out here time. Fairies and wolves and things.
They'll come out.
It's fascinating. Ptolemy just kind of wanders into the room and is looking around.
My lord! Perhaps one best not go wandering about in evil temples.
It's good advice.
He looks at Oscar. He's got this like look on his face. Like, should I tell Darian? Ptolemy, you know what he's talking about. The Van Imp family, you think, are a bunch of devil worshippers in his past. Not Ptolemy. Ptolemy doesn't worship a devil. But
Hey, what's your lord's name? Say your lord's name.
Follow me, Van Imp. Got a look on your face like you just dumped in my cereal. What's so funny?
well, my ancestors, I think, got their name because they bound imps to them.
Do you bind imps to you?
Oh no, imps are awful.
Well then.
There's
They're
this
gonna judge
one-
you by your father's work, so let's get the hell out of here, shall we?
There were 3 imps in this storybook, and they terrorized everyone.
Lord! Maybe. You should not go around telling people about all the devils in your family.
Right. That is Asmodeus, though. Well, at least his depiction.
Maybe you shouldn't be talking about the dark place in the unholy temple.
No, we'll be doing a lot of talking about that. A lot of talking, a lot of reports, a lot of writing.
In your reports, it's OSAKR.
That's so.
That is not the spelling.
Okay, so there doesn't seem to be much else down here.
It is Interesting to know.